Hey guys, I want to talk about denture sores and what you can do at home for remedies for the pain and swelling. I've got a couple now, and I'm getting them especially around the front where these implants are. It seems like no matter how good of a suction I have or good of a lining I have, for some reason in the front, it likes to rub on that gum and it around where those implants are and those healing caps are, and I get sores, and I get them pretty often, and they're not pleasant. And I see a lot of posts in these Facebook groups where people are having troubles, especially new denture wearers are having trouble with sores and wanting to know what they can use for the pain and discomfort. And there are several home remedies. Number one, the one that I use and the one that I think is good for just about anything is the warm salt water wrenches. I use sea salt, and it's Morton sea salt. Just like if you go to the grocery store, in the regular container of they have the regular containers of salt it's like a blue thing. Let me go get this one and I'll show you what it looks like. But I've read that the sea salt tends to be a little bit better. And I just happen to have some here at the house. So that's what I've been using. I keep it in the bathroom always. And hang on and I'll show you what it looks like. It's natural sea salt. And sorry guys, the sun's coming in. Let me take this to where I can show you. What I do at night when I go to remove my denture to clean it before I go to bed, I always rinse with 1 glass of warm sea salt or salt water, as warm as you can stand it. Especially if you have sores, I think it feels good. It eases some of this discomfort on your gums. But here, it's natural sea salt, Morton's natural sea salt. You use anywhere from a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon. Mix it in with, like I said, as warm as you can stand it, water. So I rinse, and then I'll brush the bottom of my teeth, brush my plate, let it soak, and I usually keep about a half a cup of the salt water mixture, and after I brush my teeth, I use it to rinse my mouth out. When I get up in the morning, one of the first things I do is, I have a bad taste in my mouth almost every morning. So one of the first things I do is get me a warm glass of salt water. I rinse first. Then I do the same thing. I brush my bottom teeth, and I save about a half a glass of that salt water mixture, and I rinse the toothpaste out with that. That is good for sores. It's good for swelling. But it's pretty much saved me through my whole journey. You just have to you've got to pretty much keep the salt in the bathroom and just get into the routine of doing it. There for a while I was keeping the salt in the kitchen, and I'd get lazy when I got up in the morning to brush, and I wouldn't want to go in and get the salt. So I just start leaving it in the bathroom on the bathroom sink. So that way it's always there. And now I've gotten into the routine of doing that. Cloves. I've never used cloves, but I've heard of people using them. Clove oil. It is supposed to be good for pain. It is also supposed to be good to reduce inflammation on the gums. Now, cloves, I'm trying to figure out how to say this. When you get clove oil at like the pharmacy, it may be called eugenol. It's eugenol, okay? The eugenol, I don't know if I'm saying that right, is the active ingredient in Oragel. So this all makes sense. And I think Oragel can be kind of pricey. Well, you can use cloves. You can either get the powder, take like a half a teaspoon of powder, put a couple drops of olive oil in that and kind of make you a paste. You could put that on your gums or around where the sores are. Leave it on there for like 5 minutes and then rinse it off. You could also just buy the oil. I believe you can buy clove oil. I'm not sure. Like I said, it may be under the name of eugenol. It's EUGENOL. Another thing you can use are black tea bags. You just take a tea bag, get you a hot glass of water. Let the tea bag soak for like 5 minutes in that water. Pull the tea bag out, let it sit and cool off, and you take the tea bag and you put that right directly on your gums or on the area that's bothering you. You're supposed to hold it on the affected gum for like 10 to 15 minutes. And then rinse with lukewarm water. You can repeat 1 to 2 times a day. And it says to do not eat or drink anything except for water before and during the treatment. I guess because, if you go through all that trouble and then you eat or drink something, I guess it probably isn't going to do you much good. Another thing you can use is turmeric powder. Now, I've read in places that the turmeric powder helps with pain and inflammation for your entire body. A lot of people use it for arthritis, and it also helps with gum pain and swelling. And again, you take some of the powder and you make you a paste. But with the turmeric, you mix a little bit of water, make you a paste, put it directly on your gums, massage it in there. It's like a half a teaspoon of turmeric powder and then a few drops of water. Put it directly on the gums and let it sit for like 5 minutes and then rinse your mouth. And you can do that 2 times a day for a week, okay? Aloe vera. Now, you're supposed to use for the aloe vera, you're supposed to have a plant, one of the plants. You cut the leaf open, or the plant open, sorry. And you take like 2 tablespoons of the gel, mix it with some juice. And they say that like a citric juice is about the best thing to do. 2 tablespoons of gel to 1/4 a cup of juice. Or you can use water. But I think I would rather, if I'm going to go this route and use this, I think I would rather mix it with the juice if I'm going to drink it. I don't know if aloe vera has a taste to it, and I really don't want to find out. It sounds kind of gross. But you can actually also take the aloe vera from the plant and put it on a cotton ball and apply that to your gum. Okay? Leave it on for 10 minutes and then rinse with cool water. And you're supposed to, on this one, also avoid eating anything for an hour. Okay? And I'm sorry I keep looking on and off camera, but for this video I had to write notes. There was so much information here I couldn't remember it all. Let's see here. What else, guys? Okay, one of the other things is massaging your gums. Although, if I've got sores on my gums, the last thing I want to do is touch them and massage them. I think that would, to me, that would irritate them more. But supposedly, when you do that, it increases the blood circulation in them, and that helps reduce the swelling and with pain. I think I'll stick to my saltwater rinses. Okay, two other things that aren't like necessarily home remedies. I got, like, before my last appointment, before my last reline, I had some pretty bad sores and rubbing on the front of my plate here. Okay. I went down to Rite Aid. That's one of our drugstores here. And I got these. Okay. They're called benzocaine. It's a medicated little gel cushion. And let me show you what it looks like. And basically, this is just like wax that the orthodontist gives your kids, or if you've ever had braces, for braces and for sores. They're little gel cushions, okay? These things saved me last month. I had started working. I happened to keep my dentures in for like 12 hours straight, not being able to take them out to rest my gums. And I had some pretty severe rubbing in the front and severe sores. So I went down one night out of desperation and I got these little gel cushions. You pop one out, and I'm going to warn you, this thing looks pretty small, but I would not use this whole thing. I break mine in half, okay? Because what's going to happen, and the way that I use this, instead of applying this directly to my gum, I broke half of it off and I seated it in the top of my denture, right around the area where my sores were, okay? Take half off and I kind of pressed it down right in the trowel of the denture so that when I put the denture in, it would hit that area that was sore. And they worked. It's got benzocaine in it, and that numbs, okay? And what these little gel cushions do is over time they dissolve. So I would put a little bit in the front of the denture, then apply my glue on the plate and stick it in the morning, and I was ready to go. Now, the reason I'm warning you about using the whole thing is because I made the mistake the very first time I used one. I put a whole gel thing in the front of the denture, and throughout the day, as this thing was dissolving, it was seeping out. It would seep out the top of my denture, and I had to keep wiping my mouth because the taste, it's got like a oh my goodness, and I'm not going to be able to think of it. Menthol, I think. Menthol. It's got kind of a menthol taste. And I'm just one, I don't chew gum, any kind of minty gum. So that's something that I don't like. So the next day, I just used half of one. Now, I still had some seeping out the top, but it wasn't as bad. But one half of a gel cushion in the top of my denture in the morning lasted me all day until I got home from work that evening, and then was able to take the denture out. You can also buy something called Benzodent, which is a gel. It's in a tube, and I'm assuming it's probably similar to like a Orgel, or it's very similar to these benzocaine gel cushions. The Benzodent, I think you have to order online, I'm pretty sure. I don't have any. I've never tried it, but I'm hearing that it works wonders for sores. So I'm going to stick with my warm saltwater rinses. And especially if you are newly post-op, as far as extractions and implants, these warm saltwater rinses are so important because they help promote healing. They help with your discomfort, they help with the healing, and they help to keep the bacteria out of your mouth. It's all positive. Like I said, you just have to get in the routine of doing them, or doing them every morning. And I do mine twice a day. So I think that's all I have. If anybody has any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. I'm doing a giveaway. 500 subscribers, I've got a $100 Visa gift card. I'm going to draw a winner. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, I've got another $100 Visa gift card, and I'm going to draw another winner and give that away too from my subscribers. So please subscribe. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you have a blessed rest of your weekend. If anybody has anything that they want me to do a video on, anything at all that you're wondering about, let me know in the comments and I'll get a video done. So, like I said, have a great weekend, and I will talk to you guys soon.